Hello, and welcome to Life of a Boss, the podcast, hosted by entrepreneur, public speaker, and mentor, Jason Hardin. This podcast is all about helping audiences create and reach their own definition of success through positive thinking, perseverance, and personal development. Having survived extreme obstacles from an early age, such as cancer, poverty, abuse, family dysfunction, and even homelessness, Jason has learned how to master the art of resilience and defy all odds to become the boss he is today. So, get ready for some serious game and remember to keep an open mind. Now, without further delay, here is your host, Jason Hardin.
Hello, and thank you so much. It is incredible to be here, and I am grateful to be here because we have a very special show for you today and a very important and special guest. It's an honor for me to have him here. And today we're going to talk about relationships, and that's the whole point of our guest today. That's the whole point of our show, and basically how relationships connect to our overall success or lack thereof. So without further ado, I'm going to introduce my personal friend, great brother, and he's a TV, radio personality, author of a couple books, a public speaker. He has a master class out right now. He's a relationship coach, or I should say a relationship guru, and that is my brother, Mr. Zoe Williams. How you doing today, Zoe?
Oh, man, I'm alive and well, brother. Thank you for having me.
No problem, man. Thank you for having had me on your show. So now it's necessary that I do the favor, especially since you're a wealth of information. And as you may or may not know, my Life of a Boss philosophy is basically personal development and with the direction of creating and living your own definition of success. And I got you on the show because I look at you and I see success. I don't know if you're a success to you, but you're definitely a success to me, and you're a boss in my book. And that's why I have you on the show today.
Thank you, brother. Thank you. And the same is true on how I view you. So
oh, wow.
Keep that in mind too, brother.
Well, I'm really honored because, like I said, you deep in the game, so I'm trying to get like you, brother.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
But that being said, man, I know you're the relationship guru, and all your shows, all your books, it's something entwined about relationship and connections and interactions between people, particularly intimate relationships. So today I wanted to kind of touch on, how relationships contribute or connect to our overall success or lack thereof. And can you kind of explain if there's, even a connection between relationships and success?
Well, everybody knows if in business,
mm-hmm.
the key to your success is relationships. You can't be a great leader without knowing the people that you're trying to lead, right? You have to know them. And to know them is to be in relationship with them,
mm-hmm.
right? So oftentimes this is why so many people misunderstand what leadership is about.
Mm.
They think leadership is telling people what to do. Leadership is also looking at your own weaknesses and delegating people who are better than you at a particular thing, putting them in that position. So relationships are not just intimate relationships, they're business relationships, they're familial relationships. So you learn a lot about yourself in relationships, right?
Yeah.
Whether it's a business situation, sometimes you have to have a second in charge that has the ability to pull you to the side and pull your coattails when you're a little bit, out of pocket, right? You got to have somebody that you can trust.
Someone to hold you accountable.
Exactly. So, the same is true in intimate relationships as well. This is why in therapy sessions, we call them accountability partners. Right? So, relationship is very, very key to success. Right?
That sounds... Okay, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, go ahead, brother. Go ahead.
No, I was just going to say that you use these interchangeably, like personal relationships and business relationships. So there obviously must be some similarities between the two, and also some characteristics that we have to possess within ourselves to make either one successful. Would you want to touch on that?
Yeah, a lot of people try to break relationships down into categories, right? Like, my family relationship, my friends, right? My inner circle, my business partners. You know, I keep business, I keep family. But what you don't understand is how we learn to relate is born in the environment we were born in. So if your family has a conflict resolution style that is to avoid and shut down, that shutdown, avoidant, and indifferent style of dealing with conflicts is going to manifest itself in business, in personal, in your inner circle, in the outer. It's going to manifest ubiquitously everywhere.
I can agree with that.
So, you know, we like to stratify it and create little lanes of, you know, relationships. But the reality of it is, however you were raised is going to manifest itself in every relationship you have.
I totally agree with that, because one philosophy I kind of, you know, picked up on and actually teaches that how we do anything is how we do everything. So that seems to carry over in relationships too. Whatever's already in us is going to manifest in any relationship. So that being said, how does one determine, I guess, who has the toxicness in the relationship? Because you know what, because a lot of times, you know, we want to give advice, and we want to give advice to somebody like, you know, like it's the other person's fault, or usually from their perspective. But at times, like you said, when it comes to accountability, how does one become accountable for their own shortcomings or toxic behaviors, or even how do they identify that they're the toxic partner?
Well, first and foremost, that was a very layered question, but first and foremost, your toxicity is your toxicity, right? That's what you're responsible for.
Yeah.
But just like you get lonely, your toxicity gets lonely. See, oftentimes people fail to realize our toxicity is dating too. Our triggers are dating.
Wow.
Our
that's deep, brother.
Are dating. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Most people fail to realize that, right?
Yeah.
But all of these things are relating on different levels, and they're trying to resolve themselves, right? So I would offer this advice. Control what you can control, which is you.
Absolutely.
Exclusively.
Absolutely.
Let your partner do what is exclusively theirs to do, but you focus on you, how you can get better, how every situation has the potentiality to grow you up spiritually. Focus on that. See it as taking your hands and your eyes off the road while you're driving. When you look over at your partner to say, what are you doing to get better? That's what you're doing in your spirit life. Taking your eyes and your hands off the wheel while you're driving.
Is there a way that people can assist each other? You know, if someone's healthy enough to identify that they have an issue, or identify that there's, you know, personal issues within both people in a relationship, is there an assistance, or do they totally have to work out that issue on their own?
Couple of things. The assistance comes from your part in non-judgmental observation. Being able to judge yourself, see yourself, view yourself without judgment. Not judge yourself, but see yourself, observe yourself without judging. That's number one. See yourself as you are without condemning yourself. Number two, one of the keys to being able to help someone else, right, is to be willing. Willingness is such a high level of consciousness. If you are unwilling, then you are talking to a wall. The person you're talking to, or if you're unwilling, then the person talking to you is talking to a wall. Willingness is key. No willing, no growing.
Are there any signs to look for? Like, because I wish I'd have had your relationship book dismount book a while ago, because I don't know if you know, but I think we're friends. We have like a similar circle, and we're definitely friends on social media. So I don't know if you understand the hell that I went through in my last relationship, and the level of toxic behaviors that were in there that were, you know, not apparent at first, but became much more apparent because I think I'm not the hardest person to be with. I think I'm very easygoing, but it's not. You can't just be with me and do anything. So to fool me takes acts. To fool me takes a deception. To fool me takes you acting like you're all in and you're not. So there, it's not easy to fool me. It takes work. So that being said, like, what are some of the signs people should look for in a toxic relationship? I can answer a bunch of them because now that I've been through it, but going through it and, you have to determine like, okay, this person has a major issue or, every relationship has its problems. And I was kind of torn in between, because I know no relationship is perfect, but I know certain things shouldn't be this way. So what are some of the warning signs that should be non-negotiables, something that you should utterly just walk away from? What are some of those signs you should look for?
Okay, sign number 1. Only look for signs in yourself.
Wow. See, I wasn't expecting that one. I don't even know what to do with that one yet. Go ahead.
See, this is why I don't like people who don't do the serious work. And when I say I don't like them, I don't mean I don't like them. I'm just frustrated, right?
Yeah.
The great philosopher J. Krishnamurti said, relationship is a mirror. How can you see a flag and not be a flag?
You are not BSing there, right?
Embrace the flag you condemn in the reflection. So now I would turn your question around instead of saying, what are some red flags? What the real question is, what are you susceptible to?
Yeah. Oh man, that was it right there.
Right. So how is it that the actor worked on you? How did the actor fool you?
Yeah.
What makes you susceptible to the actor?
Exactly.
The real answer.
And then because you're not BSing, you're not bullshitting at all because it was looking at that, knowing what was going on. It was like, okay, this is this. And admitting to myself, like you said, why am I allowing myself to entertain or be in this situation? And that was like the level of accountability that I had reached in that relationship. And I think, I don't know if you say it, but a lot of people say you learn from your mistakes, and in the worst relationships you probably learn the most, about yourself. And I think that because I think I'll never put myself in that situation again, but it's like a PTSD thing. Like, I got a new girl, she's wonderful, beautiful, just does everything perfect, but the last one started like that. You know what I'm saying?
Wait a minute.
But,
hold on.
Go ahead.
Hold on. You're acting like somebody who's been traumatized. So you have to acknowledge it. You got to say, damn, I was traumatized. So now I'm defending against something that doesn't exist in the present moment.
Absolutely.
Now you have to say, let me just address something you just said. You said, I'm never going to put myself in a situation like that before, right?
Uh-huh.
Or again.
Uh-huh.
Never going to put myself in that situation again. That's like saying, I'm never going to go back to school. The situation
wasn't
is
the problem.
classroom.
Yeah. And the situation wasn't the problem. I get what you're saying.
Yeah. So most people want a particular outcome. They don't get the outcome, the relationship was a failure. The situation is like a training course. It's like a spiritual gauntlet. You got to go through it in order to come to a better understanding of exactly who you are in these situations.
Yeah. Do I still have you? Zoe. Okay, yeah. That was incredible. That was deep. I think the music and everything cut off right at that point where it got, and I was just stuck in space reflecting, and this is why you're on the show, because I think this is the level of insight that maybe people are scared of. Maybe people don't want to believe it's true. Maybe people just shy away from because it's uncomfortable. But like I said, I want people to be uncomfortable. I don't mind being uncomfortable. I chase discomfort. So I'm glad that this turned surprisingly uncomfortable for me.
That's how it's supposed to be, bro.
Absolutely. Because, well, now I'm learning because I didn't expect to learn. I expect you to teach my audience, you know, to be 100 with you. I think I'm solid. I'm good. But that was just another perspective of the situation that, you know, I danced around that perspective, but to hit that one head on, you know, accountability I got, and my role in that situation I got, but that look at it, I didn't get, I didn't see. You know, I wasn't even thinking of it like that. And I think that that's the lens that we should train ourselves to look through.
Mm-hmm. Right. Absolutely. Again, relationship is a highly reflective classroom where the biofeedback you get from your partner is your personal curriculum and vice versa. Right? How many people go into a relationship with the purpose of looking for how they show up? Right? And when I say how you show up, I mean your weaknesses, your limitations. I'm going into this relationship. I'm excited about this relationship because I want to learn more about my shortcomings. Most people go in, do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I don't think nobody ever said that, but yeah, I get what you're saying though. Yeah. Wow.
You see what I'm saying? Because that's what relationship will reveal. Now, we have a superficial sense of relationship, which is, what are we doing? Where are we going? Do we have money? Do we have the resources? Can we afford it? Right? We spend a lot of time on the social side of relationship and not nearly enough time on the spiritual side of relationship, which leads us to a direct knowledge of who we are, of ourselves.
Wow.
Now, this is really going to bake your noodle.
Okay.
This is really going to bake your noodle.
Okay, I'm prepared.
As attached as we are to one another, right? We get in relationships, we get attached or whatever. The reality of it is, it's two people in a shared relationship, right? A shared experience. And those two people can't share their experience with each other directly. I have my experience of our shared experience, and
I get
you
it.
have yours. And the only way we can share our direct experience is through language. And how many people are that adept at communicating?
Yeah, that man. I think I didn't need you on the show to understand that communication is definitely a barrier for a lot. But I appreciate those words because it just shows you why appreciation and communication and how communication is important. Because just like you say, we say a lot of things just because we've been told them. Because like you say, that's that surface looking at face value of the situation. But we don't really understand the psychology or the science behind it. And I think that you coming on here breaking down the science of relationships is very deep and very profound and something that we should all be tuned into in some way because, like you say, success and just life is based on relationships as a whole, period. You know, so man, that was incredible stuff. Incredible stuff, though. Blew my mind, brother.
Thank you, brother.
But
thank you, brother.
Before we get out here, a couple more things I wanted to ask you, and this is personal. Zoe, like I said, I look at you and I see a success. I see a straight boss. What is your definition of success? And have you reached it, do you feel?
Is an elevator that doesn't have a top floor. Success is one's ability, my definition, to overcome one's own inherent shortcomings. And the more you overcome you, the more you begin to expand. And as you expand, you understand that there are no borders that can't be traversed. That's my definition of success.
I love it, man. That's as deep as everything else you just said. But, man,
yes,
I appreciate it, man. I urge everybody to check out Zoe's masterclass, Zoe's books. And if you got this much game out of, 19 minutes of us talking with the man, then just think of what you can get from his book. All right?
Thank you.
So, anyway, any last words, Zoe?
Hey, man, don't forget to sign up to the Come to Meet Us Masterclass. COMETOMESUS.com. Come to Mises. Many people ask me, what does that mean? I say, everybody say, let's have a come to Jesus moment. But what we really need is a come to Mises moment where we confront the limitations within ourselves.
Man.
That's why I created the Come to Mises Masterclass.
That's a know thyself on a whole nother level. I might have to get into that myself, brother. That is profound. I'm serious because that's one of the chapters of my book. But it's knowing yourself. So yeah, that's very powerful. Absolutely. So check that out. Come to Mises.com. Is that what it is?
Yep. Come to Mises.com.
Yep. And that is Williams Masterclass, right?
Yes, and for anybody listening to this, I give you a 70% off code.
Oh, wow.
The code is ZOLIVE21. You type in ZOLIVE21, all caps, you'll get 70% off.
Now, that's a discount, and I love when my audience saves money. But thanks again, Zoe. I appreciate every moment, and we will connect again. Thank you so much.
Awesome, good brother. Thank you.
No problem. And that was our interview with Zoe Williams. I just got a copy of his book right before the show. I'm going to get it autographed, and I want to give it away to whoever leaves the best review on this episode. Leave it on Apple Podcast or leave it on Facebook. Check out Life of a Boss, the podcast, on Facebook. Anyway, man, I love y'all. That's our show. That's our time, man. Stay tuned next time. And until then, remember, success is a lifestyle. Peace.
Did anything stand out to you in today's show? If so, let us know. Your questions, comments, and concerns are important to Jason, as he is determined to always deliver to you only the most impactful information and content. Until next time, please subscribe, like, comment, share, and leave a review whenever possible. You may visit lifeofaboss.net for more episodes and great resources to help you become the absolute boss that you were meant to be. You can also follow Jason on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at Hardin. Thank you. And to never forget that success is a lifestyle.